First airing in 1983, The Thorn Birds became a television phenomenon, captivating audiences with its epic tale of forbidden love, family drama, and heartbreak. The miniseries boasted a star-studded cast led by Richard Chamberlain and Rachel Ward, whose unforgettable performances left a lasting mark on viewers. But what has happened to the talented actors who brought this iconic story to life? Over the past 41 years, the cast has experienced career highs, personal milestones, and bittersweet farewells. In 2024, we revisit the stars of the Thorn Birds to uncover how their lives have unfolded since this beloved classic first captured the world's attention. Nan Martin, born on July 15, 1927, portrayed Sister Agatha, a strict, devoted nun who played a crucial role in shaping the fate of the Cleary family in The Thorn Birds, 1983. At 55 years old during filming, Nan had already established herself as a respected actress in both television and film, though her career was marked by several personal and professional struggles. Her life was complicated by an unstable marriage to fellow actor James Houghton, with whom she had 2 children, but their relationship ended in divorce. Nan's career, while steady, often left her feeling typecast, and her later years were overshadowed by health problems, particularly emphysema, which significantly affected her quality of life. Throughout her life, Nan faced several personal tragedies, including the death of her daughter in an accident, which left her grief-stricken. Despite these hardships, she remained a beloved figure in the acting community. Nan passed away on March 4, 2010, at the age of 82 from complications related to emphysema, leaving behind a legacy of powerful performances. Rance Howard, born on November 17, 1928, played the role of Doc Wilson, the compassionate and reliable local doctor in The Thorn Birds, 1983, providing care to the Cleary family during their turbulent lives. Rance was 54 years old at the time of filming and had already had a long career in the entertainment industry, mostly as a character actor. However, his personal life and career were not without difficulty. His marriage to actress Jean Spiegel Howard, with whom he had 2 children, Ron and Clint Howard, saw its ups and downs, with Rance and Jean eventually separating. Though Rance found success in television, including appearances in The Andy Griffith Show and The Twilight Zone, he often struggled to secure leading roles, relegating him to a life of supporting parts. His later years were marked by the challenges of aging, financial struggles, and the passing of his beloved wife Jean. Rance's health declined after the loss of his wife, and he lived a quieter life, passing away on November 25, 2017, at the age of 89 due to natural causes. Richard Kiley, born on March 31, 1922, portrayed Paddy Cleary, the steadfast and loving patriarch of the Cleary family in The Thorn Birds, 1983. At 61 years old during filming, Richard's experience in theater and film brought a depth to his character, one who struggled with the challenges of maintaining family unity. Despite his success, Richard faced a tumultuous personal life. He married twice, and while his first marriage ended in divorce, his second marriage to his longtime partner lasted. However, his personal life was shadowed by the loss of his son to cancer, a devastating event that affected him deeply. Professionally, Richard enjoyed a prolific career on Broadway, where his role in Man of La Mancha earned him a Tony Award. Still, he faced personal struggles with health issues, especially in his later years, and was diagnosed with a rare bone marrow disease. Richard Kiley passed away on March 5, 1999, at the age of 76, leaving behind a legacy of both professional triumph and personal heartache. Richard Venture, born on November 12, 1923, played Harry Goff, an integral character in The Thorn Birds, 1983, bringing depth to the complex family dynamics. At the age of 59, Richard was already an experienced actor with a career spanning decades. While his professional life was often marked by solid, if unspectacular, roles in television and film, his personal life had its struggles. Richard was married twice, however, neither relationship was without difficulty. His first marriage ended in divorce, and his second, though longer, ended in a quiet separation. Throughout his life, Richard faced a number of personal tragedies, including the death of a sibling and the dissolution of his second marriage. Despite these challenges, he continued to work in the entertainment industry, finding solace in his art. He remained active in his later years, but the loss of close family members remained a heavy burden. Richard Venture passed away on December 19, 2017, at the age of 94, having lived through both personal loss and a full career. Bill Murray was born on December 19, 1919, and portrayed Angus McQueen, a character full of wisdom and experience in The Thorn Birds, 1983. At 63 years old during filming, Bill brought an air of authority and depth to his role, making McQueen a key figure in the Cleary family saga. Bill's career was marked by a blend of success and challenges. Despite his established presence on screen and stage, his personal life was filled with difficulties. He experienced a troubled marriage that ultimately ended in divorce, a situation that left him emotionally scarred. Additionally, his career hit a few rough patches as he struggled to maintain steady work in his later years. Despite his acting credentials, he faced financial difficulties and isolation in his final years. His health also declined in his later life, and he passed away on December 10, 2003, at the age of 83 from natural causes, reflecting on a career full of triumphs and disappointments. Stephen W. Burns, born on November 14, 1954, played Jack Cleary in The Thorn Birds, 1983. Jack, the adventurous and spirited son of Paddy and Fiona Cleary, was a character full of life and promise. Burns was 28 at the time, and his portrayal resonated with audiences. However, his personal life was marked by deep struggle. Burns faced the heartbreak of growing up in a broken home, with strained relationships with both parents. Despite his early success as an actor, his career took a downturn in the late 1980s, largely due to his personal battles with addiction. Burns found love briefly but faced the tragedy of his partner's sudden death, which devastated him. In the midst of his grief, he was diagnosed with HIV/AIDS, a disease that would ultimately claim his life. Stephen passed away on February 22, 1990, at the age of 35, a victim of complications related to HIV/AIDS. His life, though brief, was marked by a great deal of talent and a poignant sense of loss. Gene Simmons, born on January 31, 1929, portrayed Fiona Fee Cleary in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a role that showcased her depth and resilience as the Cleary family matriarch. At 54 years old during filming, Jean had already enjoyed a celebrated career in film, known for her work in classics like Great Expectations and Hamlet. Her personal life, however, was marked by hardship. Jean's first marriage to Stuart Granger ended in divorce, and her second marriage to director Richard Brooks was similarly troubled. She struggled with self-esteem and dealt with the emotional scars of her difficult relationships. Despite these personal challenges, Jean remained a dedicated and respected actress throughout her life. She passed away on January 22, 2010, at the age of 80, from lung cancer, having battled the disease in her later years, leaving behind a legacy of stunning performances. Piper Laurie, born on January 22, 1932, portrayed in Mueller in The Thorn Birds, 1983, and was a woman of resilience and compassion, forming a crucial friendship with the Cleary family. At 51, Laurie was an accomplished actress, having built a career that included acclaimed performances in Carrie, 1976, and The Hustler, 1961. Her life, however, was marked by both triumph and turmoil. Despite early success in Hollywood, Laurie struggled with typecasting, leading her to step away from the industry for a while. During her time out, she faced a difficult divorce, which left her emotionally scarred. Though she found love again, her second marriage ended in tragedy when her husband passed away from cancer. Laurie also experienced a deep personal loss when her only child suffered from a severe mental health condition. Despite these hardships, she continued to act in later years, winning acclaim for her role in The Dead Zone, 1983. At 91, Laurie passed away on October 14, 2023, from natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of resilience and artistry. Barbara Stanwyck, born on July 16, 1907, played Mary Carson in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a character who embodied manipulation and control. At 75 years old during the filming, Barbara's long and illustrious career in Hollywood included many notable roles in both film and television. Her personal life, however, was riddled with heartbreak. She married actor Robert Taylor in 1939, but their marriage was fraught with problems and ultimately ended in divorce in 1952. Barbara was never able to have children, and her marriage to Taylor, which began with great promise, deteriorated due to his infidelity and her intense work schedule. Throughout her life, she faced depression and personal loneliness, though she remained a highly respected figure in Hollywood. Barbara passed away on January 20, 1990, at the age of 82, due to congestive heart failure, leaving a legacy of groundbreaking roles but a life full of private struggles. Earl Holliman, born on September 11, 1928, played Luddy Mueller in The Thorn Birds, 1983. Luddy, Anne's supportive husband, was a character marked by kindness and loyalty. At 54 years old during the filming, Holliman had already established himself as a versatile actor, with notable roles in Police Woman and The Rainmaker. However, his life was not without its difficulties. Holliman struggled with alcoholism in his youth, which led to a period of professional decline and personal isolation. He was married twice, but both unions ended in divorce, and he never had children. Despite these challenges, Holliman fought his demons, seeking rehabilitation and rebuilding his career in his later years. However, his personal life remained complicated, with long periods of solitude and longing for the family life he never had. Holliman passed away on November 25, 2024, at the age of 96, his cause of death undisclosed, leaving behind a long career but also the pain of unrealized personal dreams. Ken Howard was born on March 28, 1944, and played the charming and influential Rainer Hartheim in The Thorn Birds, 1983. At 39 years old during the filming, Ken's career was on the rise, and his role in this iconic miniseries showcased his ability to play complex characters. Outside of his career, however, Ken faced his share of personal struggles. His first marriage to actress Judith Kahan ended in divorce, and his second marriage to Margot Howard also faced difficulties. While his acting career enjoyed some success, including his role in the TV series The White Shadow, Ken dealt with bouts of depression and personal disappointments, which impacted both his relationships and professional opportunities. In his later years, his health took a toll, and he faced a decline in his public career. Ken Howard passed away on March 23, 2016, at the age of 71 from pneumonia, leaving behind a career marked by significant achievements and personal challenges. His death was a poignant reminder of the emotional weight carried alongside fame. Meg Wiley, born on February 15, 1917, played Annie in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a character who added nuance and richness to the story's backdrop. At 66 years old during filming, Meg's career had already seen substantial success, having appeared in numerous television shows and films. However, her life was marked by personal heartache, including a difficult marriage that ended in divorce. Although she never remarried, Meg remained close to her family, yet the struggles of early loss, including the passing of her parents, cast a shadow over her life. She was also deeply affected by the deaths of close friends and colleagues in the industry, which left her feeling the weight of solitude in her later years. Despite the challenges, Meg continued to act into her 70s, with a career filled with both highs and lows. Meg Wiley passed away on January 1, 2002, at the age of 84, due to heart failure, marking the end of a life full of both professional achievement and personal sorrow. Alan N. McLary was born on December 1, 1926, and played Mrs. Smith in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a small but memorable role that added to the intricate web of characters in the story. At 56 years old during filming, Alan had already built a varied career, spanning from Broadway to television. However, her personal life was marred by struggles, including a failed marriage to actor Harold Lang, with whom she had a son, Adam Lang. The end of this marriage was emotionally difficult, and Allen faced the challenges of raising a child while dealing with the pressures of her career. Her work continued in theater and TV, but she was never able to reach the level of stardom that some of her peers achieved. In her later years, Allen's health began to decline as she battled Alzheimer's disease, a struggle that took a toll on her quality of life. She passed away on May 21, 2018, at the age of 91, leaving behind a legacy of theatrical work but a life marked by personal and health battles. Lucinda Dooling, born on April 19, 1954, played the role of Martha in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a character whose involvement deepened the emotional complexity of the plot. Lucinda was 29 years old during the filming of the miniseries, and her career began with promise in both television and film, but it was soon overshadowed by personal struggles. She faced several hardships, including the heartbreak of a failed marriage to actor Don Cheadle, with whom she had one child. Despite the challenges, Lucinda's resilience was evident, but she had difficulty securing stable acting roles after her early years of success. In her later years, Lucinda's health deteriorated due to an aggressive form of brain cancer, which took a heavy toll on her. Lucinda faced this battle privately, and her death at the age of 61 on December 30, 2015, from brain cancer was a tragic loss. Despite her illness, she was remembered fondly by those who knew her as a talented and compassionate person. Christopher Plummer, born on December 13, 1929, portrayed Archbishop Vittorio Contini Vercese in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a powerful figure whose influence played a pivotal role in Father Ralph's life. At 53 years old during filming, Christopher had already established himself as one of the finest actors of his generation, with a career spanning decades in theater, film, and television. However, his personal life was filled with turmoil. Plummer's first marriage to actress Tammy Grimes ended in divorce, and he later remarried to Elaine Taylor, with whom he had a more stable relationship. Yet, his life was also marked by moments of deep regret, including struggles with alcoholism and troubled relationships with his children. Despite these challenges, Christopher remained a respected and beloved actor throughout his life. He passed away on February 5, 2021, at the age of 91, from complications following a fall, leaving behind a legacy of iconic performances. Philip Anglim, born on February 11, 1952, portrayed Dane O'Neill in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a kind-hearted yet conflicted character torn between his religious calling and his love for Maggie Cleary. Philip was 31 years old during filming and brought a certain depth to the role, balancing the spiritual devotion and inner turmoil of his character. Off-screen, however, Anglim's life has been filled with its own struggles. Despite a promising career in acting, his personal life was overshadowed by a series of tragic events. His marriage ended in a painful divorce, leaving him grappling with the heartache of broken relationships. In addition, his career faced setbacks after the initial success of The Thorn Birds, with fewer high-profile roles coming his way. He also dealt with personal battles, including a period of depression and struggles with substance abuse. Philip is now 72 years old and, though more private in recent years, continues to act occasionally. John Friedrich, born on March 15, 1958, is best known for his role as Frank Cleary in The Thorn Birds, 1983, the rebellious eldest son of Paddy and Fiona Cleary. At 25 years old during the filming, John brought to life a character full of defiance and inner conflict. However, Friedrich's own life mirrored some of the struggles of his character. His career faced difficulties as his youthful fame dwindled, and he fell into obscurity after The Thorn Birds. On a personal level, John battled with alcohol and substance abuse, which strained his relationships and led to a tumultuous lifestyle. He went through multiple failed relationships, each adding to the emotional scars he carried. John also faced a string of financial troubles, exacerbating his emotional distress. Despite these challenges, he briefly found peace in his later years. As of now, John is 66 years old and continues to live, having overcome many of his past struggles, but his life remains marked by the challenges he faced throughout his career and personal life. Mare Winningham, born on May 16, 1959, portrayed Justine O'Neill, a character who sought independence and pursued an acting career in the Thorn Birds. At 24 years old during the production, Mare's portrayal of Justine stood out as a symbol of a new generation seeking a voice outside traditional confines. Her early career was marked by an impressive mix of film and television roles, earning her both nominations and awards. However, Mare's personal life included several trials. She married actor William Mapother in 1982, but their union ended in divorce just a few years later. She went on to marry and divorce twice more. In 1995, Mare's life was shadowed by the tragic death of her second husband, a loss that greatly affected her. Mare's career continued to shine, with performances in both film and television, but her romantic life was often unstable. Now 65 years old, Mare is still active in her acting career, but she has also faced struggles with the pressures of fame. Antoinette Bauer, born on September 30, 1932, brought to life the character of Sarah McQueen in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a pivotal role that involved navigating the complex relationships within the McQueen family. At 51 years old when filming the miniseries, Antoinette had already established herself in the acting world through roles in television and film. Her career, however, was marked by some personal and professional challenges, including a struggle to find lasting success despite a steady presence in Hollywood. Her marriage to actor and director Donnelly Rhodes ended in divorce, and while the couple had children, Antoinette faced the challenges of balancing motherhood and her career. Her life saw some difficult times, including battling depression and dealing with the inevitable fading of opportunities in her later years. Now, at 92 years old, Antoinette's life has been quiet, far removed from the spotlight of her earlier career. Dwyer Brown, born on January 30, 1959, played Stuart Cleary in The Thorn Birds at 24 years old, portraying the kind and responsible son of Paddy and Fiona Cleary. While his performance in the miniseries earned him recognition, Dwyer's career path in Hollywood was not without its challenges. Though he appeared in a variety of roles on television, his career didn't quite reach the level of stardom many expected. Tragically, Dwyer faced personal loss when he lost his first wife to cancer. He remarried but faced the challenges of balancing family life with the pressures of a fluctuating career. His life was marked by moments of personal grief, including the loss of a sibling and struggles with his own mental health. Now 65 years old, Dwyer lives a quieter life but remains active in community and acting projects, focusing on personal growth and finding peace after the storms of his earlier years. Danny Nero, born on June 22, 1952, played a small yet memorable role as the motorist in The Thorn Birds, 1983. At 30 years old during the filming, Danny's career was at a critical point where he was seeking more substantial roles to cement his place in Hollywood. However, his journey was marked by an inability to secure major breakthroughs, which affected his long-term career prospects. His personal life was similarly tumultuous, as he struggled with substance abuse and failed relationships. He was married briefly, but the marriage ended in divorce. Danny faced the harsh realities of being an actor in an unforgiving industry, where fame was fleeting and stability was often elusive. He was known for his volatile behavior and long periods of being out of work, which led to a downward spiral in both his personal and professional life. Now at 72 years old, Danny is largely out of the public eye, with little information about his current whereabouts or activities. Sydney Penny, born on August 7, 1971, was only 11 years old when she portrayed young Maggie Cleary in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a role that highlighted her ability to depict the youthful innocence and emotional depth of a character caught in a whirlwind of family struggles. Sydney's career blossomed as a child actor, with The Thorn Birds marking a significant point in her early life. However, her adulthood did not come without its struggles, especially in navigating the transition from a child star to adult roles. Her personal life was marked by the pressures of public scrutiny and the difficulty of maintaining relationships. Sidney was married to actor and director Stephen D. Scheinberg, but the relationship eventually ended in divorce. Although she has one child from the marriage, her private life has often been a source of speculation and heartbreak. As of now, at 53 years old, Sidney continues to work in the entertainment industry, though her career trajectory has been more low-key compared to her early fame. Holly Palance, born on August 5, 1950, is best known for her role as Miss Carmichael in The Thorn Birds, 1983. She was 32 years old at the time of filming, bringing her unique presence to the story with her character, who added complexity to the family's world. Holly, the daughter of actor Jack Palance, had a career that saw both acclaim and challenges. While she carved a niche in film and television, including guest appearances and supporting roles, her personal life took a tragic turn. She faced the untimely death of her father in 2006, and her own life became marked by struggles with addiction and mental health. Despite this, she remained close to her family, though she never married. Her life remained private for many years, and she was mostly out of the public eye. Holly is currently 74 years old and is living a quieter life today. John de Lancey was born on March 20, 1948, and is best known for his portrayal of Alistair McQueen in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a man who uses his charm and ambition to manipulate his way into the lives of the Cleary family. At 35 years old during the filming, John's performance captivated audiences with his complicated character, whose love for Maggie Cleary forms a major subplot in the series. Despite his success on screen, de Lancey faced his share of personal struggles. He had a challenging marriage that ended in divorce, leaving him to deal with the emotional toll of separation. He also battled with periods of professional uncertainty, as his career took a back seat to his personal challenges. Although his role in The Thorn Birds remains a highlight, his life has not been without its setbacks, including financial issues and the loss of privacy. John is currently 76 years old and remains active in the acting world, though his personal life has been marked by ups and downs. Richard Chamberlain was born on March 31, 1934, and became internationally famous for his portrayal of Father Ralph de Bracassard in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a role that defined his career. At 49 years old during filming, Richard played a conflicted priest torn between his religious duty and his forbidden love for Maggie Cleary. Chamberlain's career spanned over 5 decades, with significant success in television, film, and theater. However, his personal life was filled with struggles, particularly around his sexual identity. For many years, Richard kept his sexuality private, and he never married. In the early 2000s, he publicly came out as gay in his memoir. Despite career triumphs, including starring in popular series like Dr. Kildare, Chamberlain faced personal battles, including challenges in his romantic life. After stepping back from acting, he now leads a quieter life at 90 years old, occasionally reflecting on his remarkable career, but remains largely out of the public eye. Brian Brown, born on June 23, 1947, played Luke O'Neill in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a role that showcased his talents as a rugged, emotionally distant man. At 36 years old during filming, Brian's performance as Maggie Cleary's husband was one of his most notable early roles. His acting career took off after The Thorn Birds, with major roles in films like Cocktail and Gorillas in the Mist, but his personal life was often complicated. Brian's marriage to actress Rachel Ward was one of the most high-profile in Australian entertainment, though it wasn't without its challenges. They faced periods of separation, but despite these trials, they remained together for more than 40 years and raised 2 children. Brian's career, though successful, had its ups and downs, with some of his projects failing to live up to expectations. Now 77 years old, Brian remains active in the industry, occasionally appearing in film and television, though he enjoys a quieter life focused on family, continuing to be an iconic figure in Australian cinema. Brett Cullen, born on August 26, 1956, is known for his role as Bob Cleary in the 1983 miniseries The Thorn Birds. He portrayed the caring and steady brother of Maggie Cleary, offering emotional support amidst the family's turbulent history. At 27 years old during filming, Cullen was in the early stages of his acting career, which would later include prominent roles in films like The Dark Knight Rises and Ghost Rider. However, his personal life wasn't free of struggles. He faced significant financial difficulties early in his career, a painful divorce in his 30s, and a series of professional setbacks that left him doubting his future in the industry. Despite the challenges, Cullen remarried and had 2 children, finding stability later in life. His career saw a resurgence in the 2000s, and he remains active in acting, often taking on supporting roles in TV shows and movies. At 68, he continues to live with his second wife, his children, and is content with his career's current pace. Stephanie Faraci, born on January 1, 1952, played Judy, Mary Carson's loyal and observant servant in The Thorn Birds. At 31, she was already a skilled actress, bringing depth to her character in the miniseries, which would be one of her most significant early roles. Faraci's career continued with notable appearances in films and TV series, such as The Cosby Show and The Golden Girls. However, her personal life was filled with complexities. She endured a tumultuous marriage in her late 20s, resulting in a painful divorce after 7 years. Despite finding some happiness with a second partner, their relationship ultimately ended in separation. Faraci also faced the death of both her parents within a short time, which left her deeply grieving. Over the years, her career saw ebbs and flows, with long stretches of professional uncertainty. Now at 72, Faraci lives quietly in New York, away from the spotlight, and occasionally makes appearances in community theater. She never remarried after her second divorce, finding solace in a quieter life. Barry Corbin, born on October 16, 1940, took on the role of Pete, the rugged stockman in The Thorn Birds, where he was seen imparting his knowledge of sheep shearing to the Cleary boys. At 42 years old during filming, Corbin's deep voice and commanding presence made him a standout in the series. His career flourished in the years following, with notable roles in Northern Exposure and No Country for Old Men. However, Corbin's personal life was fraught with hardships. He had a string of failed marriages, which left him emotionally scarred. The first of these marriages ended in divorce, and his second wife tragically passed away, leaving him to raise their children alone. As he navigated through the grief of losing loved ones, Corbin also faced struggles in his career with several low points during the 1990s. He was, however, able to rebound in the 2000s, finding more success in supporting roles. Now 84, Corbin remains active in the entertainment industry, though much of his work has shifted to voice acting and guest spots. He was married again later in life and now enjoys his golden years with his children, finding peace after a challenging past. Rachel Ward, born on September 12, 1957, achieved fame as Maggie Cleary in The Thorn Birds, 1983, a role that brought her both critical acclaim and international recognition. At 26 years old during the filming, Rachel portrayed a passionate young woman torn between love and heartbreak, making her one of the most memorable characters in television history. Her career flourished after the success of The Thorn Birds, but Rachel's personal life, particularly her marriage to actor Brian Brown, faced significant challenges. Though they had 2 children and remained married for over 4 decades, their relationship endured periods of separation and public scrutiny. Despite the pressures of fame, Rachel shifted her focus in the later years of her career, transitioning to directing and producing, finding satisfaction in creative control behind the scenes. Today, at 67 years old, Rachel continues to work in the industry, but she lives a much more private life, enjoying her family and creative endeavors while stepping away from the public spotlight. Who is your favorite character from The Thorn Birds? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.